Hello and welcome back to some more F1 2020 and part 34 of our My Team Career Mode with Jordan GP. And in today's episode we have the British Grand Prix, the team's home race, my home race. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic spectacle. As you can probably see, we've got 16 million in the bank. We've already renegotiated with Sergio Perez. We've given him another 8 million for the rest of the season. I see no reason to try and chase another driver midway through. So I thought we'd stick with Perez and until at least the end of the season, and then maybe we'll go after somebody like Daniel Ricciardo or Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton to really try and take this Constructors' Championship. But what we do have the opportunity to do now that we've got that sorted is upgrade the facilities. So that's exactly what I want to do. So let's just have a little look at what we can get. So we can improve the simulator, which will obviously improve Sergio Perez's pace stat. I don't think we need to desperately do that at the moment. The marketing, sponsor relations, we can improve our acclaim quicker. Positive effects from team activities will be slightly increased. So I think we'll go for that one. I think that's a good one to get, the activities management package. Durability, this is probably something we need to think about now. That our car is up to scratch. We need to improve that durability. So I think just buying all of these is a logical next step. So we've still got 6 million to spend. Powertrain, obviously now Mercedes have probably given us all the updates that they can give us. We might want to try and sort this out. So quality control is... Oops, I don't want to shut down the facility. Quality control is probably the best one. So there you go. We've spent some money on facilities. We can spend some more on R&D as well. Where are we looking? Good. I mean, the engine's looking sublime. The chassis is looking great. So it's this part of the car that we need to work on. Insufficient resource points for those, but I think let's just go for this small one for now, and we can obviously go for a bigger one after we've got the resource points this time out. But you can see there's the performance comparison. We are pretty much the best team in Formula 1 at the moment, which I think is amazing. Title sponsor venue opening, let's go for that. We'll go for the sponsor event conference. Power equipment upgrade, nice. Nothing else. We'll have a rest day instead. So let's continue on and head towards the British Grand Prix. And this weekend, it's going to be something at trial, maybe at the Jewel in the Crown events like this, Belgium, Monza,
sooner or later, you'll
and
probably
possibly
be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select. While you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.
So thanks, Carl, for that. So possibly what we'll do is, if we look at the calendar, so I think Britain, Belgium, Italy, maybe Japan, maybe USA, maybe United Arab Emirates, obviously Abu Dhabi. We'll do 50% races. I think now that we're doing 3 races a week, it might be nice. It could potentially be more exciting races. I think the likes of Hungary and whatever would be one stop anyway, so you're not really changing anything. But I'm going to trial it today anyway for the British Grand Prix, so let's see how we get on in qualifying. Well, here we come into Stowe Corner. We're around beautiful sunny Silverstone. Always is a pleasure to come and race here, especially in my team when it's the team's home race, and we come up to the line, and what's it going to be? It's second place for now with a 1:24.7, 5/10 off Lewis Hamilton, who is obviously probably the home favourite round here. He's more popular than me, I would imagine, as a 7-time world champion rather than a 2-time world champion. But oh, that could actually give us a grid penalty. Doesn't look like it has done, but should be safely through to Q2 anyway. We'll just keep out of trouble and hope. Now that isn't a penalty. But look, this is just ridiculous. Let's get out of the way, return to garage, and just be done with it. There we go then, safely through to Q2, third position for us, 2/10 quicker than Sergio Perez. Now, we know tyre wear from the real life Grand Prix is really bad around here, so I think I am going to try and get through on the medium tyres and, you know, open up that possibility of a one-stop going into the Grand Prix. But yeah, it's going to be tough to get through. We're going to have to get out there early and try and set our banker lap, and hopefully that'll be enough to get through to Q3. But we come up to the line and it's going to be a 1:25.6. I don't think that's going to be enough to get through to Q3, so we might have to come through on the soft tyres. Potentially we've got a second lap here that we could improve our time, but obviously adds more wear to the tyres, and well, we're already a 1/10.5 down on this lap, so just going to have to wait and see, I suppose. Well, here we come into store then. We've had to come out on the soft tyres because, as you can see, 14th position on the mediums, not good enough. So we're going to have to sacrifice strategy a little bit to make sure we're in that top 10 shootout. We come up to the line a second up on our previous time. We go second, which second. Whew. Said 14th for a second there. I thought that's impossible, but no, second we get through. Just behind Valtteri Bottas, 2/10 off him. Sergio Perez is out in Q2. That's a huge shock for us. But look how close the times are. I guess, you know, he just didn't quite get the perfect lap and misses out on Q3, which, you know, gives him a bit of a strategy advantage, I suppose. Charles Leclerc squeaks through on the mediums, as does Lewis Hamilton. Everybody else had to go out on the softs. So it's going to be very, very important to get ahead of the likes of Hamilton and Leclerc in Q3. Otherwise, they're just going to run off into the distance. Well, this has been one of the worst laps of the season in Q3 for us. Daniel Ricciardo currently on pole position. There's a Ferrari coming up to the line. He might go quicker. He hasn't done, and we're only at 1:25.3. That is a really poor lap. 8/10 slower than what we managed in Q2. So there's a lot more on the table, but everybody seems to be struggling, although Hamilton's gone into the 1:23s now. So it's going to have to be a real big improvement if we are to get pole position today. Well, we've actually gone a lot better on our in lap, so I might as well finish it. Come up to the line and go 6th now. Costs us a little bit of time to get the car ready for its final run, but it seems to make sense that while there is half a second on the table there, let's take it on these old set of boots and see what we can do. And there's definitely places we can gain time on that lap, and once again we're up. So depending on how many tenths we make up, it might be worth it here. Well, much better exit through store, so just into this final couple of corners, up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1:24.2, which obviously isn't pole, but it's enough for 6th second. It just changes, and no idea why, but we do qualify second, which is a really good qualifying performance in the end there. I think that's pretty much everything that the car had to give.
Complete, let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, the captain, and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
I mean, Hamilton was in a different league, 3 tenths quicker than us, and, you know, 6.5 tenths quicker than Valtteri Bottas, his teammate, which is just insane, really. But there you go. I mean, an excellent qualifying session. I mean, we reduced the fuel to the minimum that it would allow. And that's how we dragged every ounce of performance out of the car. But, I mean, strategy's going to be interesting tomorrow. Ricciardo in 4th, he'll be very happy. Leclerc will be a bit disappointed with 8th. He's starting on the medium tyres though. And Hamilton obviously on the medium tyres as well. So we might get a better initial getaway than Hamilton. But it is going to be a strategic battle in over 50% race distance. I think this is going to be a fun one. So let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson for this 2021 British Grand Prix.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone Circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. That was a solid result in their last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and the captain completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, and Vettel, Norris, Leclerc, Albon, and Carlos Sainz, Stroll, Perez, Esteban Ocon, and Kvyat, Gasly, Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, and Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Russell, and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Well, here we are down on the track then. P2 we're starting today. It's going to be a really interesting race. It's all going to be kind of about that start, and if we can get in front of Hamilton going into turn 1, then potentially we can ruffle a few feathers today. But we'll have a little look at the strategy. I feel like we'll be going on to the hards and going for the 1-stop. Suppose a 2-stop with 2 sets of mediums could be possible as well.
Treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
I mean, they seem to say stop lap 10 on the softs. Let's have a little look at this strategy. If we come in a bit earlier, add a stop. So medium. That'll be 18 seconds slower, obviously. Or stint 3, we could come out on the softs again. I guess it's the normal strategy then. A little bit of extra fuel in there. So yeah, it looks like it is going to be a 1-stop race. But really heavy tyre wear. I mean, the soft tyres are going to be disgusting after the first stint, I'm pretty sure. Is it going to be any better if we come in a bit sooner? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just go for that then. Bit disappointing really. I was hoping that there may well have been a 2-stop strategy that was viable.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
It's obviously all about tyre conservation. in these long races. It's going to be very, very tough to beat Hamilton today, obviously on home soil, on those medium tyres. Just has that strategy advantage. He's going to be out there a lot longer than the rest of us. But, you know, at least there's, other than Leclerc, there's nobody else on the medium tyres that we have to worry about particularly. I don't know what Sergio's gone for. I mean, I'm hoping that he's gone for the mediums. I think that's going to be the best strategy today. Brand new mediums. Take them longer into the race.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
So just really trying to get some heat into these tyres, get us nice and warm at the start of this race. It's going to be flat out from the word go. We know we haven't got the one lap pace around here that Hamilton has got. So it's all going to be about race pace and what we can possibly pull off. Trying to keep Hamilton honest on this formation lap, keeping him pushing forward. But I don't think we've ever started in second position. Well, no, we did actually in the Dutch Grand Prix last season. We started second, managed to overtake Verstappen into turn 1 and lead the race for a little bit. So here we come, lined up on the grid. Hamilton is in P1, we're P2 with Bottas P3, Ricciardo an excellent P4, Max Verstappen P5, Vettel 6th, Sainz 7th, or is it Norris? It might be Norris 7th.
The rest of the grid is forming up.
Leclerc
Be patient
8th,
and watch for the lights.
Albon 9th, Sainz 10th. So here we go, getting ready and raring to go here. Lights out, away we go here at Silverstone. Hamilton's off to a poor start. Hamilton's off to a very poor start, so we take the lead going into turn 1. That is an excellent start off the grid for us. And, well, apparently we had a collision with Hamilton. I don't think that's the case. Let's have a little look at the start on the replay. So you can see Hamilton much slower off the line as we come round. I guess a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but we had the inside line. That's up to Hamilton as far as I'm concerned. Ricciardo off to an excellent start. He's up to 3rd past Valtteri Bottas, so he'll be delighted with that. And now we've got to try and use the performance of these soft tyres. We know they're going to be quicker than those mediums, at least at the start of this race. Hamilton having a look round the outside, and he might have actually lost a position there to Ricciardo. That was very, very risky. I'm tempted to have another look at that on the replay. I know not all of you like it, but I want to see this. So Hamilton has a look round the outside. Yeah, just a little bit of argy-bargy, and then Ricciardo goes side by side with Hamilton, and he still is side by side, and he's going to get the traction out at the side there, so Ricciardo could well be moving into second position. You can see he's round the outside there, and he does overtake Hamilton. So a disaster for Hamilton. We run a little bit wide there, and obviously exceed track limits because all 4 wheels were off the circuit. So Ricciardo, and now Bottas is past Hamilton as well. So it's an absolute disaster for the world champion and the pole sitter.
Keep pushing. Let's capitalise on that first lap.
So Ricciardo is in second place. That is a huge advantage for us, you feel, because I think we can cover the pace of Ricciardo. If Bottas gets past him though, he's going to become favourite for the Grand Prix. But wow, what a start to this British Grand Prix, and it just makes it so much more interesting knowing that you've just got that extra variation in the stint lengths because we're on the 50% races. So we'll see how it goes. We need to stay out of that 1 second window of Daniel Ricciardo, although he is closing in on us a little bit. Well, lap 4 of this Grand Prix, we've just put in our personal best lap of the race. Ricciardo is within 1 second. He has been using the DRS, but hasn't found a way past us yet. Hamilton's still only 1.7 seconds behind us, so he's sitting really pretty at the moment with his medium tyres. Got over the frustration, hopefully, of losing all those places right at the start. And we've just got to try and prolong this stint as long as we can. Well, here comes Daniel Ricciardo. This is his first chance to have an overtake. Hold it down the inside, but Bottas has got through. Ricciardo's got the inside line. Going into this series of corners, is Ricciardo going to stay in the lead? No, he's not. So Bottas is into second. Ricciardo's back into second now. And they're still side by side. And it'll be this first corner where they come up and, well, it seems like Bottas has maybe had an incident because he's now down to 5th. Oh, Hamilton's down to 5th, sorry. Bottas is in second. This is crazy. Vettel and Hamilton are side by side by the looks of it. But all that's done is helped us gain a bit of a gap on the guys behind, which is nice. But, I mean, this top 5, all within 2.5 seconds. Unbelievable.
In the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
Bottas having a little look down the inside there. We just had to hold our line and trust that Bottas wasn't going to take us out of the race, but still a couple of laps before we come into the pits. These tyres are starting to get rather horrible, but should just about be okay. Bottas has maybe looked after his tyres a little bit better.
Tyre condition is still looking good.
Yeah, grip doesn't feel particularly good. So Bottas possibly going to have a little look on this lap. This could be his chance. Our massive advantage is that we're the lead car at the moment, so we don't have to deal with turbulent air, but I'm pretty sure it's windy on the track today. Oh my god. Here comes Bottas and Ricciardo. Oh my word, we're going to be 3 wide going into Stowe. Just have to brake late and hope for the best. Ricciardo's there, but we are through. Still in first position, just about. Oof, that was close. Ricciardo potentially through again. Oh, we hold it round the outside. Absolutely flat. That was super close. So one more lap after this one on these tyres, and then we can get them off. But there goes Ricciardo again. But we've just got the better racing line at the moment. Through once again. Okay, here we come into the pits then. Just about getting in time, and you can see everybody is coming in. Hamilton away, and he's released now, able to show his pace. Perez is on the soft tyres, I've just seen that, so a shame that more people aren't taking the opportunity.
Exit now. You'll be racing
We're
into
away,
the pits. Complete. Go now.
Just in front of Daniel Ricciardo. That was very, very close. But we have made our pit stop and we are ahead of our nearest
Strategy
rivals.
complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
It's all going to be now about where we come out in respect to Hamilton. We've got brand new tyres, we have to utilise them.
Tiffy is in the pits.
So we go fastest lap of the race, and we're coming through now into third position. And of course, Leclerc and Hamilton are the guys ahead on medium tyres, so they're going to be going fairly long into the race. It's going to be really interesting.
Fuel is at target -1. Let's turn the engine down, please.
Well, you can see up ahead Hamilton and Leclerc are in the pits, and as you can see, Perez has made his way up to 5th place, so he's overtaken Valtteri Bottas. Now then, this is going to be really, really interesting. Will we come out ahead or behind of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc? They've had a few laps to have some clean air.
Hamilton has just
And
taken
there you
the
go,
lead.
they're coming out of the pit lane now. Looks like we're going to come out in front. And we do. So we've managed to create enough of a gap to beat the guys on medium tyres, but they're on soft tyres for the rest of this Grand Prix, so they're going to be really, really quick now. But there you go. We're still 2.7 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, who's having a fantastic Grand Prix, by the way. And he'll be absolutely delighted. Perez just behind Hamilton, trying to get on that final step on the podium. But Hamilton and Ricciardo will be battling for 2nd position. And that's hopefully going to buy us a little bit of time before Hamilton comes and attacks us. Much sooner than I expected, and now he's going to come after us. So it's going to be an 8-lap
We're leading our teammate by
battle for 1st place
4.6 seconds.
with Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo, if he can keep to the coattails of Hamilton, he's going to be in with a great chance as well. But Charles Leclerc has managed to pass Sergio Perez as well, so he's making his way up. Hamilton already within DRS range, so it's all going to be about placing our car strategically to keep him behind. Well,
Okay,
Hamilton
keep on him. He might make a mistake.
already side by side with us, but we managed to stay in front. But it's allowed Daniel Ricciardo to catch up a hell of a lot here. Hamilton possibly looking around the outside, but yeah, no way that he's gonna manage to get through around there. So it is going to be the Hangar Straight, you would imagine, because even the Wellington Straight, we just seem to get a better exit out of there than whoever the driver behind us is. Save a bit of fuel while he's that far back, I think. So if we can save some rich mix for later in the Grand Prix, that's going to really help. Charles Leclerc within 2.5 seconds, he'll fancy his chances as well if there is an incident up ahead. A little bit wide there, just starting to make the mistakes because Hamilton is putting the pressure on. Now time to stick rich fuel mix.
Switching to a lower fuel mix. We may not finish on the current settings.
We have to go lean round, store, and into this complex of corners. Well, Ricciardo's the man in second position now, and he tries to hold it round the outside of Copse. And we managed to just hold on there. I don't really know how we did it, but we did. But there goes Ricciardo into the lead of the Grand Prix. We've just got nothing left to give there. But now we're the Hunter. Maybe we can.
Cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty.
Maybe we can hold it. There comes Perez. Well, how's Perez got up to third? Where's Hamilton? What has happened to Hamilton? Has he come into the pits or something? Did him and Ricciardo have an incident? I'm not sure.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, we're not even within the 1 second window of Daniel. This is just going to be supremely intense, but Perez from 12th on the grid has a serious chance of winning this Grand Prix. Albon out of the race. Won't bring out a safety car, unfortunately. Well, here comes Perez down the inside. We're okay just about for now, holding on to second position. But Ricciardo is going to be the man that wins this Grand Prix for Renault. There goes Perez, he's through as well. We just don't have the pace. There goes Leclerc. What on earth is going on here? I don't know why we're so slow.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
Bottas behind. Mercedes just seem to have completely capitulated. There's Leclerc having a look at Perez now down the inside, and Leclerc is through, but Perez still on the inside. Oh, they're side by side. But Leclerc's going to win the battle, I think.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Although Perez is still there. Perez still there now. But that's probably the end of that battle. Leclerc obviously on soft tyres. But yeah, we're just clinging on to the coattails of Perez now with the DRS. Luckily for us, our fuel is coming back to us.
This is your final lap of the race.
Well, final lap of this Grand Prix, and yeah, fair play to Leclerc and Perez. They've just done better than us in this second stint. We've lost our tyres, and you know, that's probably because we were pushing so hard to try and get ahead of Hamilton. And well, here comes Bottas now. He's having a look. Hopefully I should be able to keep him back and keep 4th position at the very least. Obviously still hoping for a mistake up ahead, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Here comes Bottas again. But no, we hold it nice and flat through Copse. Oh well, Bottas is through.
Make a mistake. We could still regain the
That
position.
was the scruffiest maggots and beckets that we've had all weekend. And yeah, just can't get back to Bottas. So Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault has won the British Grand Prix. Leclerc finishes 2nd, Perez 3rd, and we finish in 5th. Very disappointing. Well, 4th apparently in the end. I don't know Oh no, 5th. Don't know what that's all about, the glitch. But Perez gets drive of the day, deservedly so, for his drive from 12th.
It was a memorable race, and what an impressive victory. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Renault. Renault have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone on the team. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, what a British Grand Prix. I mean, very disappointing to have led so much of the race and only finished 5th, but that's the way it goes. We just didn't have the pace towards the end of that second stint. Both McLaren's in the points, so that's very good for them. Hamilton down in 15th. I really don't know what happened to him. I assume he had some sort of incident with Daniel Ricciardo when Ricciardo went through and Hamilton had to come back into the pits. But there you go. That's where we'll leave it for today. If you've enjoyed that, hit the thumbs up button down below. Really does help out. Means a lot to me as well. Subscribe to the channel for regular F1 content on a Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.